Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Lady Flo Flo. It's Florence. I know it's been a minute. Life's been busy, but I wanted to take this time, especially around this time of the year, when we're going to enter a new year, um, just for us to talk about like how to set your fitness goals, because I know like everybody's going to do them, and including myself. And this time, what's going to be different is that I'm going to give you the tips to set you up for success for your fitness goal. And this is not going to be what you're typically are used to hear. I'm going to share with you what worked for me, and perhaps it could work for you. And this is not just for people who compete in bodybuilding competition. This is like for everyone who want to improve their health and, of course, their fitness goal, whatever it is, whatever it's, I want to change my body composition. I want to lose some weight. I want to go back to my pre-baby weight. I want to be able to run, to be a more, to feel great. I want to be able to look at myself in the mirror and be proud. Or it could be, I want to feel confident in my skin, which I think is the most important part is to feel confident. And how you feel confident is when you know that you are doing everything that's possible within your means to be the best version of you, and you're confident because you're taking the steps. So it's not attached to a number on the scale, it's not attached to a specific size, it's not attached to a look. It has to come from your internal. So this year I want you to scrap everything else that you typically do when you write your fitness goals for 2024, which is like, I'm going to lose 20 pounds. I'm going to lose 50 pounds. I'm going to go back to my size six. I'm going to go to scrap it. Okay. We're going to do something different because you cannot go from A to Z without learning how to go to A to B. And that, and that I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, that is the key to any success you will do with your fitness and whatever it's anything in your life. And this is what I used. And and trust me, it did take me a year. And that is the problem, is because you are gonna set a fitness goal that's basically unrealistic in terms of you're gonna give yourself a short time. You're probably gonna say, I'm gonna lose 10 pounds by the summer or 20 pounds by the summer. And then you're trying to like, yeah, so basically like your goals are super massive, but you don't give yourself enough time to reach them. And you don't even know what requires to reach them. Because if it was so simple, so easy, you would have done it already. So you need to get to the root cause of that. So scrap that in 2024, I'm going to lose 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 10 pounds, but less 10 pounds. I'm going to get the best body. Scrap it. What I want you to do instead is that in 2024, for a minimum, I'm going to start with 3 months. You break that little goal, 3 months, 6 months, a year. And after that, celebrate. I want you to focus for the next 3 months. I'm going to focus on learning the habit of sticking to my training plan. So, training plan means like working out, going to the gym, or taking a walk outside, wherever you are. Some people, they just need to learn how to walk outside and be active, move their body. And that could be like taking walks 3 times a week or hitting my step count, like at least having like 70K steps per week, right? So if that's going to be your goal, that's where you are, that's where you're starting. Keep that and try to do it for 3 months. Give yourself long term goals. After 3 months, say, okay, I've reached 3 months, celebrate, pat yourself in the shoulder, then say, go to 6 months, and then go to a year. Because that habit of being able to find ways, creative ways for you to go in and get your steps in is going to be instrumental in you building the same habit. It's the same habit that you need for you to be in the gym if it's your goal is 3 to 4 times. Okay. Now, for people who want to do the gym, set yourself, because I see people like, I've been training for a decade. And so I'm not speaking that from top of my head, because if you know my journey, I've been training for more than a decade now. And I've been there. Like I've been that person to start the program, especially in the January the 1st. We're all excited, we're all highly motivated. And then, the first month, oh, it's fantastic. Second month, not bad. After third month, everybody can do anything for 3 months. I always say that. And then, oh, it's too complicated. Life is busy, and then you give up. And then you wonder why you say you don't work, but it's not, it doesn't work. Is that you did not stick to your plan or whatever you said you were going to do for more than 3 months. So now imagine that your goal is, you know what? I don't care what the scale number says. I don't care about anything. My measure of success is me sticking to my plan. Me is building my habits. Okay. So my habit is being able to work out 3 to 4 times per week for at least 6 months. And when I do 6 months, great. Let me build it for a year. And then next year, at the end of the year, you come back and you tell me, what have you learned about yourself? Because you will discover it's not only gonna like, we don't care about the outside. The outside is just the outcome of you rewiring your brain for finding new path. Because you're gonna have to navigate. Because usually you're making excuses, so you're gonna learn about yourself. Hey, like typically, I make excuses, um, or how I navigated that. It was tough, but you're gonna be even more proud and confident on yourself that you were able to um, basically stick to what you said you were going to do, and that's going to be your confidence. So build that habit, focus on building a habit, basically of being consistent for minimum 6 months. Okay. Like I know 3 months, everybody can do 3 months, but I know like if I push you to say do 6 months, I would rather you do that and then go to a year stepwise. And I'm telling you, this is going to bring you closer to your goals. And this is how somebody who was less active becomes like, a gym girl. And then you're going to start noticing that you're going to start to like it. And don't be afraid to reach out to people, to your friends, ask for advice, or better yet, if you need for you to stick to your plan to make it easier, like I strongly suggest for you to get a training program. If you can get like an online coach to give you something, that's even better. They're readily available. When I started my journey about 10 years ago, I had this book, and I still think it's a great book. Maybe I'll go back to it. And it was this training book who taught me how to, who had a program, which were like 12 weeks. And then after that, I graduated to another level. So they had level, and it really kept me motivated. And just from that, I was tracking and progressing. And I saw some results eventually. I didn't focus on the results. I just focused on doing the program, right? And just that, you're going to make a lot of progress. And this is just with your training. We're not even talking about like diet and nutrition. And I think for other people, sometimes you have that training, you have that habit already. Because I see a lot of people at the gym who come to the gym all the time, but yet year after year, like I'm not saying that you have to be super lean. I'm not saying that you have to be a certain body shape, body size, but year after year, I don't see them changing. And I'm like, it's probably something that has to do with the nutrition. And that's where I was at one point. Once I mastered the gym, which was, usually people, it's the easiest thing to manage, to able to train. And nutrition is the hardest part. And it's still like very hard for me as well. And I think the reason why I can overcome it is because because I have a plan and I know what I'm trying to achieve the long term. And every season or training has the reason. So whether I'm leading out for a competition where I'm going to have to be a calorie deficit and eat a certain way, or whether I'm in maintenance, whether I'm like improving season, trying to add muscles. I understand that every phase of my training program has a reason. And so you still have to keep focus to that. So this is basically my little talk to help you achieve your fitness goals. As for me, this year is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a new territory that I haven't been in a long time, which is going to be mostly like lifestyle um, and wellness. So basically, what I'm trying to do is because I'm a natural athlete and I want to build a little bit more lean mass in my physique. And so I'm going to take a little time from competing because when you're competing, you're not really building, you're like leading out. So you're just basically revealing what you have, like the muscles you have. And especially the wellness, even bikini girls and bigger girls, like they're very muscular. And sometimes when you're have a little bit higher body fat, you feel like, oh, you think that you're super strong. And then when you lean out, maybe it's body dysmorphia. I was like, I'm so went. Like I always think that my shoulder is so big, and then when I lean out, I feel like I have no delts. I was like, where they went? I thought like I had massive quads, massive, massive glutes, and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so small. And so yeah. So yeah, I need to go back to I need to build. And I want to build actually. I want to build and bring a physique that is a pro physique, right? So I don't care about where I place. I don't care about the competition. I just care about um, improving my physique. And to do so, and people don't always get that you need to build. And I know girls, like if you're year after year, if you're still in a calorie deficit trying to lose weight, like something is not right. You shouldn't be trying to lose weight for more than a year in a calorie deficit. It's just not the healthiest thing. And then I've learned that from the bodybuilding. At some point, you need to go back to maintenance for your hormones, for your well being too, and just to have that flexibility in your life. And then you go back to if you want to cut and lean and stuff. But if you last year you were like your goal was to lean out and you were eating calorie deficit, and this year still in calorie deficit, like hello. uh, right? So you need to revisit that. So those are a bit more like high level that I'm sharing with you in terms of, especially when it comes to fitness, and that it's important to have different phases um, for your health, for your mental health, and for everything to have phases where you're eating a little bit more, you're eating a bit less, or you're in maintenance. And all of those are going to have different training, different type of cardio that can you be doing as well. And overall, you'll be more complete. So I'll just say that think about your fitness goal, think about what you're trying to do, and think about how realistic it's going to be for you to achieve what you want. And typically, women will say, I want a super toned body. But having a super toned body, really what it means is that I want to be, I want to have more muscle mass or more lean mass. And if you just go and diet, you'll notice it's just like, yeah, lines will show, but you don't have that sporty or athletic look that you want or if you wish to have. And so you'll notice that some people will lose weight and I was like, oh, then they'll go back and bulk and be a little bit more muscle so that they can have that look that they desire. And typically people like, sorry, if you're consistent, usually the look that you think you want to achieve, it's usually, unless like you're a normally or genetic freak, it's usually like it takes a good 3 years of being consistent with guidance. Unless you like, you do the research yourself. Because I remember when I was doing by myself, yeah, more or less, but it's really when I had that that coaching, that guidance, and being consistent with them. Like because I had that background already, like I was already training, so my muscles were already there. So there was other things that I need to work. But just in terms of shaping and different body parts and learning how to train for certain physique. So for me, having that guidance was instrumental for me to after like 2 years and a half or 3 years, I was able to have the look that I wanted to achieve. And yeah, so it takes time basically. It's not going to be happen overnight. And so same way that you have like financial goals, 1 3 years, like you should have like fitness goal. To be honest, like I'm saying 6 months, but it should really be like a 3 years thing. And that's the way that I'm seeing. And even in my bodybuilding, being a high level athlete, I'm saying to want to do it for, I'm seeing 3 years. I see where I could be in 3 years because I know I haven't reached my maximum. I haven't used reached my max in terms of building muscles and achieving the criteria and the look that I need to fit into the Malas category. And I know I have still room to grow, which is great, even for a woman of my age, that I know that I could actually make some progress. When I say my age, I mean like, certain group. Uh, when you're like 40 and above and stuff, I know that I still have room to grow and that motivates me. So basically, I'm saying for me, my goals this year is to grow and have a little bit, and that means that I have a little bit more flexibility, which I'm so glad to have a little bit more flexibility and can't wait to see to build like at least five. I'm getting excited to build like, oh my gosh, I could probably have 5 pounds or more of lean mass. And I'm so excited about that because that's gonna, when you lean out, that makes a huge difference in terms of muscle density and muscle maturity. And then I know that my body will respond better to a prep because I'm giving it the break and the rest it deserves. So, hey, that's it. Good luck in your fitness goal for 2024. Just remember, let's recap. Like basically, give your chance to succeed. Focus on a habit. Okay, whatever it's the gym, whatever it's in terms of hitting your proteins or diet, like focus on a long-term 6 months goal. So tell me, what's the 6 months goal? I just shared with you I have 1 year because I know long-term. What's your 6 months goal for 2024 in regards of your health and your fitness? Thank you. Love you so much. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.